Welcome to the Application and VM Performance Monitoring training session. In this module, you will be provided with an overview of how to configure your ZTC Edge system to monitor physical machines, Windows-based virtual machines, and applications running on Windows-based virtual machines. Application and VM Performance Monitoring provides greater visibility into system and application performance. Parameters like CPU usage, memory utilization, and used disk space are now tracked at the virtual machine, guest operating system, and application level. Customers can also set thresholds and receive alerts at the guest OS or application level. Whether monitoring the host operating system, the guest operating system, or an application, the monitoring tab and monitored information are the same, with the exception of Applications Monitoring, which has an additional column named Application. All other columns are the same. To set and view parameters for the host operating system, in the ZTC console, click Physical Machines in the left-hand navigation panel. In the lower panel, click the Monitor tab. To set and view parameters for the guest or VM operating system and applications, in the ZTC console, click Virtual Machines in the left-hand navigation panel. In the lower panel, click the Monitor tab. We'll set and view parameters for the guest operating system and applications in this example, but please remember that the same parameters can be set and monitored for your physical machines as well. To enable monitoring of a parameter, activate the Enabled box in the leftmost column for the parameter. The first column displays the parameters to be monitored, whether CPU usage, memory utilization, and/or used disk space. Fields in this column are not editable. The Units column shows percentage, which is the output for the CPU usage, memory utilization, and used disk space. This column is not editable. The low and high range columns set the thresholds for monitoring, with the low column setting the low range and the high column setting the high range. By default, range values are empty. To enter a value, click in the column and row for the parameter you'd like to set the value for. If you enter values that don't work, for example setting a low range that is higher than a high range, you will receive an alert. You must fix the error before you can save any changes. Valid ranges are 0 to 100. Call Home allows you to send Call Home messages to your authorized Stratus service representative when a value outside of the range is detected. Please note that Call Home will only work if it has been configured in the Preferences, Remote Support, Support Configuration screen. eAlert/Trap, when enabled, sends an email alert, also known as an eAlert, to system administrators and an SNMP trap to a management station when a value outside of the set range is detected. Please note that eAlerts will only be sent if eAlerting has been configured in the Preferences, Notifications, eAlert screen, and SNMP traps will only be sent if enabled in Preferences, Notifications, SNMP configuration. The first seen column displays the date and time when the parameter value was first detected in the last 24 hours. The display value is not editable. The last seen column displays the date and time when the parameter value was last detected. The display value is not editable. The last event column displays the last threshold violation. The values for this column will be either low or high. An empty cell indicates that the threshold violation has not occurred. The displayed value in this column is not editable. Incident count displays the number of times the range was exceeded in the last 24 hours. Display values are not editable. The current value column displays the current value or displays unavailable if the value is temporarily unavailable. And the status column displays the status for the parameter. Valid statuses are normal, which means the parameter has not exceeded its range in the last 24 hours. Warning, which indicates the parameter has exceeded its range in the last 24 hours, but no occurrences are now elevated. And out of range indicates the parameter is currently out of range. Click Save to save any changes, or click Reset to cancel any unsaved changes. Under the Applications section, you'll find an additional column named Application. This column allows you to define which application or applications will be monitored. To enable application monitoring, click on the Add button and then the Enable checkbox. Click in the Application column and enter the executable name of the application you want to monitor. Please note you only need to put the application name, not the extension. Under the Parameter column, either select CPU usage or memory utilization. Please note if you select CPU usage, the units becomes percentage. And if you select memory utilization, the unit becomes megabytes. All other columns within the Applications section are the same as covered previously in the training module. Let's now look at some examples. Here we see an example of a system whose monitor parameters are normal, having not exceeded the set range in the last 24 hours. This example shows a VM whose memory and used disk space are in a warning condition, meaning the parameters have exceeded their range in the last 24 hours, but no occurrences are now elevated. This shows the first time it was seen, the last time it was seen, the event causing the condition, how many times the event has occurred in the last 24 hours, and the current value. This example shows the CPU, memory, and disk space are all currently out of range. You'll also see alerts appear on the dashboard indicating any application or utilization parameters outside of their normal ranges. This completes the Application and VM Performance Monitoring training module. Thank you for viewing this module.